Welcome back, everybody. We're diving into the world of sustainable home decor today.
Ooh, fun.
I know a lot of you are really interested in this topic, so I'm excited to chat about it. We're going to be looking at brands that are eco-conscious but don't skimp on style.
Yeah, because you don't have to sacrifice looking good to be, good to the planet.
Exactly.
Right.
So, to guide us through this deep dive, we have this awesome article from The Good Trade called 15 Best Sustainable Home Decor Brands 2025.
Yeah, they put together such a great list.
They really did their research. It's not just, a random assortment of brands. They had specific criteria,
Right, exactly.
which I think is really important. They focused on sustainable materials,
Of course, yeah.
ethical production, making sure everyone's treated fairly,
Mm-hmm.
and affordability,
Yeah, that's a big one.
which is always a plus. I mean, let's be real.
Right. Not everyone has an unlimited budget.
Okay, so we know what we're looking at, but let's talk about the why.
Yeah, the why is key.
Why is sustainable home decor so important right now? It's more than just a trend,
Yeah,
really.
absolutely. It's way more than just a trend. It's really about, recognizing the impact our choices have on the world around us. Like your home, it's your sanctuary.
It's where you spend so much of your time.
Exactly. So,
Yeah.
why not make sure that space reflects your values?
Right. And choosing sustainably made decor, you're supporting companies that are trying to reduce their footprint.
Absolutely. That's a huge part of
And
it.
it can really have like a ripple effect.
It totally does. Plus, think about this. A lot of conventional decor is full of chemicals and toxins that can actually impact your health.
Oh, wow. I never thought about that.
Yeah, so by choosing sustainable, you're often choosing natural and organic materials.
Which is a healthier choice for you.
Exactly. It's like you're investing in your well-being.
And makes your home look good, too.
Of course. And you know how trends come and go? Sustainable pieces are usually built to last.
Because they use higher quality materials.
Right. You're not contributing to that whole fast furniture cycle.
Which is a problem.
Huge problem. They end up in landfills way too quickly.
And when you have pieces that last, you're not constantly redecorating, which actually saves you money in the long run.
Exactly. It's an investment.
So we know why it matters, but finding truly sustainable brands can feel overwhelming.
Yeah, there's so much out there. It's hard to know where to start.
Right. Like, how can you be sure a brand is actually sustainable?
That's where the Good Trade article comes in.
Yeah.
They really did the work for us.
They set clear criteria.
Yeah, they looked into whether the brands use non-toxic materials, if they had fair labor practices, and they even made sure to include a range of price points.
So it's accessible to everyone.
Exactly. No matter your budget, you can find something.
All right, let's talk about some brands that caught my eye. The first one is the Citizenry. They have these gorgeous artisan-made pieces,
Oh, yeah.
very globally inspired.
Beautiful stuff.
But what really impressed me was their commitment to fair trade practices.
Oh, yeah, they're amazing. They actually pay their artisans twice the fair trade requirement.
Which is huge. It shows they're serious about ethical production.
It's not just a marketing tactic for them.
Right. It's a real investment in the well-being of the people who are creating those pieces.
Absolutely.
And their commitment extends to the materials, too. They use things like GOTS-certified organic cotton
Mm-hmm.
and FSC-certified wood. I know those are important, but honestly, I don't fully understand what makes them so special.
So GOTS, that stands for Global Organic Textile Standard. Basically, it ensures that cotton is grown without any nasty pesticides or herbicides.
Just better for the environment.
Way better.
Yeah.
And better for the farmers growing the cotton.
And ultimately better for us.
Exactly. And then
Yeah.
FSC, that's the Forest Stewardship Council, they make sure that the wood is sourced from responsibly managed forests.
That's really important.
Really important. It's about protecting biodiversity, preventing deforestation, making sure our forests are healthy.
So it's about knowing where those materials come from.
And how they're produced. Making choices that support the entire process.
Like from the ground up.
Exactly. And the Citizenry, they really embody that whole philosophy.
Okay, next up, West Elm. I was surprised by how much they've invested in artisan communities.
Over $200 million. It's an amazing initiative.
It's wild. By working directly with these communities, they're helping preserve those traditional crafts,
And providing economic empowerment.
which is so important.
It is. And what's interesting is West Elm is taking a different approach to sourcing. They're building relationships with local craftspeople.
Instead of just relying on certifications.
Yeah, they're making sure they're paid fairly and, recognizing the value of those handmade traditions.
I love that. Plus, they're incorporating sustainable practices throughout their entire process.
Yep, like using sustainably sourced wood for their furniture.
It's great to see a large company really taking those steps.
It's a good example for other companies.
Okay, now for something totally different, 10,000 villages. They have these unique pieces from all over the world.
So cool.
And they've been pioneers of the fair trade movement for over 75 years.
I know. That's what's so amazing about them. Long before it was cool.
They were doing it.
They were doing it. They offer such a diverse range of home decor.
Everything is handcrafted.
And they go beyond just selling those pieces. They provide those artisans with safe workspaces, access to education, and even interest-free loans.
So they can build sustainable businesses.
Exactly.
It's about creating a positive impact.
A ripple effect that benefits everyone involved.
I love that. You're not just getting a cool piece for your home, you're supporting a whole network.
A whole community, yeah.
Okay, so for those who love rugs but worry about spills and messes, Lorena Canals is a dream come true.
They have washable rugs.
Washable rugs.
How great is that?
Genius. Especially if you have kids or pets.
Oh my gosh, lifesaver.
They're handmade in India using traditional techniques and come in so many styles and colors.
Yeah, there's something for everyone.
And if you want something extra special, they even do custom designs.
Oh wow, that's cool.
Okay, last but not least for this section, our place.
The always pan, right?
You know it. I'm sure you've seen it all over social media. It's beautiful, versatile, but I was most impressed with their commitment to ethical labor standards.
Yeah, they treat their employees well.
They offer healthcare coverage and professional development.
Which should be the standard.
I know, but it's sadly not always the case.
Yeah, especially in manufacturing.
And the Always Pan, it's designed to replace multiple pieces of cookware.
Yeah, it's all about simplifying.
Minimizing waste.
I love that. It's such a powerful message.
All right, we've covered some great brands, but there's another resource that's perfect for sustainable decor, Etsy.
Etsy. I love Etsy.
It's a treasure trove.
You can find anything on there.
You can find vintage finds, handmade items.
Upcycled stuff.
And when you shop on Etsy, you're supporting small businesses and independent artists.
Which is so important.
That makes your home feel so much more personal.
Yeah, you're not getting the same mass-produced stuff that everyone else has.
And Etsy is taking steps to reduce their own impact, too.
Yeah, they offset their carbon emissions from shipping.
So you can feel good knowing your purchases aren't harming the planet.
I love it.
It's amazing how many options are out there. We've only just scratched the surface.
We've got a few more brands to share with you.
So stay tuned. We'll be right back with more sustainable home decor inspiration. And we're back with more amazing sustainable home decor brands.
Yeah, we've seen how some big names like West Elm and some smaller companies like the Citizenry are doing things right.
Right.
But now we're going to get into some of those hidden gems that the Good Trade highlighted.
Yeah, the ones that are really pushing the boundaries of sustainable and stylish.
Exactly.
Something that really impressed me was how these brands are thinking about sustainability beyond just the materials.
Right. It's like the whole life cycle of the product, from
Right.
sourcing to production to even end of life.
Yeah, how can we minimize waste and make sure things are being used responsibly?
That's the key. For example, have you heard of Woven?
I have. They have a really beautiful aesthetic, very rustic and natural.
Yeah. They use responsibly sourced wood, jute, rattan, seagrass.
All those good natural textures.
Exactly. But what's even more impressive is that they go to great lengths to make sure their products are repairable
Oh,
and even compostable. They're also incorporating vintage pieces into their collection.
oh, that's awesome, giving those pieces a new life.
Yeah. It's brilliant. It helps close the loop and keeps things out of landfills.
Okay, shifting gears a little bit, let's talk about House of Leon. They're a brand founded by twin brothers in LA. They create these really unique accent pieces and furniture.
Yeah. I love how they draw inspiration from all these different cultures.
Yeah, it makes their pieces feel global, but also personal.
And I love their aesthetic. It's modern and traditional at the same time. Yeah. And they use a lot of natural materials and handcrafted details. They actually believe that furniture should age gracefully, to develop a patina over time.
I love that. It's something we don't see a lot anymore with mass production.
I know, right? It gives it soul and character.
Okay, now a brand that's been making waves in sustainable decor, Goody.
Goody. I love their site.
They're a marketplace, right? They have everything from dining sets to garden accessories.
Yeah, it's all super thoughtfully designed, They basically curate a selection of ethically made home decor that is both beautiful and, you know, sustainable.
And they have a really rigorous selection
Oh,
process.
yeah, very strict.
Yep.
They only partner with brands that are prioritizing responsible sourcing
And carbon reduction.
and also, like, preserving those heritage craft techniques. They're also a certified B Corp.
Oh, wow. And climate neutral certified?
That's a big deal. It means they're meeting really high standards. So when you shop at Goody, you're really supporting a company that's putting their money where their mouth is.
And I think for people who are new to sustainable decor, a site like Goody could be a great place to start.
Yeah, totally. It kind of
Yeah.
simplifies things,
Mm.
makes it less overwhelming.
Okay, speaking of simplifying, let's talk about Quince. They have really stylish pieces at great prices.
Yeah. Quince is proof that you don't have to break the bank to be eco-conscious.
Right. They use high quality, eco-friendly materials.
Like organic cotton, linen.
They also have really minimal packaging, which I appreciate.
I love their throw blankets and pillow covers.
Oh, and their linen bedding is to die for. Okay, now for those who love one-of-a-kind pieces, we have to talk about Uncommon Goods.
Uncommon Goods is such a fun site to browse.
It really is. You always find something unexpected.
And a lot of their pieces are made from recycled materials.
Yeah.
They have everything, like wall art, pottery, garden sculptures. It's all handcrafted.
And I love that they partner with independent artists and makers from all over.
Yeah, you get those personal stories behind each item. Like you're not just buying a thing, you're connecting with the person who made it.
And they're a certified B Corp, too.
Yeah, they're doing great things. Okay, now let's talk about a company that's all about curating diverse styles. Urban Natural.
I love their website. They have accent pillows, barware, bedding, like everything you need.
And they have a really strict vetting process.
Mhm.
Like every item has to meet at least 3 of their 5 core values.
Yeah.
So it has to be ethically sourced, handcrafted, made with organic materials, sustainably made, or made in the USA.
Wow, so they really make sure that everything aligns with those values.
Yeah, it takes the guesswork out of it for the customer.
Okay, let's talk about MINA. Their pieces are so vibrant and colorful.
Yeah, they have this beautiful handcrafted homeware that really highlights Latin American artistry.
They collaborate with artisans throughout Latin America using these traditional techniques.
They're also super transparent about their supply chain, and they're really committed to fair wages and safe working conditions.
Which is great to see.
It is. Okay, now, for a brand that's known for their timeless pieces, Afternoon Light.
Their website is stunning. It's like walking into a dream.
I know. They work with independent designers and makers, so you're finding those pieces that you won't find anywhere else.
Yeah, it's very curated, very high quality.
It's all about investment pieces, things that will last a lifetime. Speaking of luxury, have you heard of Parachute?
Of course. They're famous for their bedding.
Oh, yeah. But they also have bath linens and home accessories. They work with artisans all over the world using responsibly sourced materials and traditional techniques.
And they're climate neutral certified.
Yeah, they're doing great things. So as you can see, there are tons of incredible brands out there making it easier to have a beautiful and conscious home.
I know, it's so inspiring. We've covered a lot of ground today.
We have.
I think we should take a moment to reflect on what we've learned before we dive into the final part of our deep dive.
I know, right? It is really inspiring to see all these companies making a difference.
Yeah, it feels like things are really starting to shift.
Yeah, it's becoming more mainstream.
You know, for a while there was this idea that sustainable decor was like either boring or way too expensive.
Oh, yeah, totally. But that's just not true anymore.
All these brands we've talked about prove that.
Exactly. You can find gorgeous pieces that are good for the planet and your budget. It's just about knowing what to look for.
So for our listener who's feeling inspired but maybe also a bit overwhelmed, like where do you even begin?
That's a good question. I think the most important thing is to remember that, sustainability is a journey.
Not a destination.
Right. It's not about being perfect. It's about taking small steps and, gradually making changes that feel right for you.
Progress over perfection.
Exactly. So start by thinking about what matters most to you. Is it fair trade practices, organic materials, reducing waste?
Yeah, figuring out your values is key.
Once you know what's important, you can start making choices that align with those values.
Yeah, and it doesn't have to be a huge overhaul at once.
Right. It can be as simple as swapping out your old sheets for organic cotton ones.
Or maybe you finally get that vintage rug you've been eyeing.
Yeah, little things make a difference. And you can, tackle one area at a time. This month, maybe you focus on finding a fair trade coffee table. Next month, maybe you look at your bedroom textiles.
Totally. And something that stood out to me throughout this whole deep dive was the importance of storytelling.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So many of these brands are sharing the stories of the artisans and the communities.
It's not just about the product.
It's about the people who made it.
Traditions.
Yeah, and I think that's what makes sustainable decor so special.
Totally. It's like you're bringing those stories into your home.
It's about creating a home that reflects your story and the stories of the world around you.
It's like conscious curation.
Surrounding yourself with pieces that have meaning. It's about creating a home that not only looks good, but feels good too.
Yeah. Like aligning your space with your ethics.
So as we wrap up our deep dive into the world of sustainable home decor, I want to leave you with this question. What does sustainability mean to you in the context of your home?
It's something to think about. What are your values, and how can you bring more intentionality into your decor choices?
It's a fun process. And remember, every step you take, big or small, it all makes a difference.
So get out there and start creating a home that reflects who you are and what you believe in.